So, hello and welcome back to part 2 of this series, and in this part we will be recreating a auto-generated landscape material. Okay, so to start we need to create, well, you don't need to, but it's preferable. Yeah, my English is kind of bad these days, I don't know why. Anyway, so let's call this materials, and here we shall start by creating a new material, and let's call this m_landscape master. Now there are two approaches here. If you want to create a low poly style material, I will just like this one here, or if you want to create a realistic one like this one here, there are the same process. Okay, the only difference, in the realistic one we put textures, in the low poly one we just put colors. That's the difference. They are all the same. Okay, so for demonstration's sake I will create the realistic one, the one from the thumbnail, so you can follow it and everything will be cool. Now we will be doing some kind of cheating right now, but it's not cheating, it's repurposing. Okay, because artists repurpose everything. Okay, we don't, yeah, whatever, it's a cheat code. Okay, so basically you right click and you go to materials and textures and create a material function, and we shall start by calling this mf for material function grass, and I can't even spell grass. Wow, grass, yeah, here it is. And material functions basically are materials but can be called as functions. And if you don't know what a function is, it's okay. You don't need to know what a function is if you just want to know how to create this material and then forget about it. Okay? For all of the coders and people who know a little bit of coding or a little bit of mathematics, you know what a function is. Okay, it's basically an expression that depends on variables, and each variable, when you change it, it gives you a new output. Anyway, we don't need to know all about that right now. So here we go again, and now the cheating part starts here. So if you go to the starter content in the materials, you will find this in-ground grass here. You can open it and you will find all of this node. So basically this node's control has lots of options in it. One of the most perfect, like the most useful options here, is that the texture size change when you scale up or scale down, when you zoom in with the camera to the ground or you zoom out. So you don't have to do the scaling part of the textures here. And let's just Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Here we are, and let's move this one here. So get your result output here, and now let's make material attribute. So right click and make material attribute, and this one is so easy. The first one is going to the base color, the second one goes to the speculars, no, the roughness, sorry about that, so the roughness, and the third one goes to the normals, and then you plug this in your output result, and here we have it. So save. Now we will do the same with other two materials just for showing, and then we will move on with the tutorial. So maybe for some rock, yeah, this basalt rock, and also some concrete plane. No, concrete panels. No. Some brick cut stone, maybe. Some concrete grime. Yeah, the gravel sounds good. So now we go back to our materials and create 2 new functions. I will just duplicate this and call this one here rocks, and another one we'll call this gravel. And again, we open the gravel one. Okay, we don't need this one here. I don't need it anymore. Yes. So we open the emerald basalt and the gravel. So again, here, wow, the gravel one is bigger. So you take this output way away. Let me just zoom this one here. You copy, then you go to your function, and delete everything, and you paste this one here. So, and thank God for the developers at Epic Games that they always leave comments. So this one is for the roughness, this one is for the base color, and this one is for the normals. So save this, apply it, and we are done with the gravel. No thank you. Let's open this one here, that is the rock, and let's open this one here and delete everything and paste it, and again this one here for the base color, this one for the roughness, and the last one is for the normals. Okay, that is good. So now we have these 3 functions and we don't need them anymore. Now let's open our landscape monster and just control select every material that we created and click and drag. Now we have created 3 functions, and now we need to break them down so we can extrapolate every information that we need. So just click and drag and break material attributes, and here again break material attributes, and the third one break material attributes, and voila. So we need basically to blend all the 3 together. So to blend them we will use something called linear interpolation function. So it's a lerp. Okay, so the base color goes to A for the stone, and then we get the gravel and put it to B, and for the alpha we shall use a node called world aligned blend. And just so we can see everything that is happening, we connect this to the base color. So right now we only see the rocks or the stones. Okay, so the wall align blend, okay, it it's mainly controlled by the blend sharpness and the blend bias. So here we should constant, and let's duplicate it and put the another one here. So this one here controls the amount of blending between the two materials. Okay, so the more there it is, like the sharper the blending will be, the less it is, like the softer the blend will be. And this one here controls the amount of blend between the two materials. So the lower the value, the more the first material will be, and the higher the value, the more the second material will be present in our scene. So just to keep this in mind. Now let's promote this to a parameter, and let's call this rock gravel sharpness, and let's call this one rock gravel bias. And now we would just copy this one because we will need it later, and duplicate this node here. If you want to know how to duplicate, it's just Ctrl W, and then we take the output from here and put it into the A. Let's connect this to the base color, and the other base color into the B. And now to blend them both, we shall use this again, the world aligned blend node. So the alpha and the alpha, and again here we how about like 19, and this one here like -1, maybe more, not as more, maybe too much. Yeah, so you can see here this number here needs to grow a little. Here we go, like 33. Okay, and this is like -5, and this one here like 21. Oh, because I'm a stupid person, and we need to make this a new variable. So here this is the gravel grass sharpness, and this is the gravel grass bias. And this way, if I change this one here, the other one shall remain unchanged. Here we go. Back on track. Okay, and this one here, let's make it like -3. So here, maybe less, yeah. Something like that. Something like that is cool. It's cool. Don't forget to save, because we don't want to lose everything that we will be making. Now this setup here, we shall duplicate it 2 times, because we need one for the roughness and another one for the normals. So here you just take the roughness and put it in the B, the normals and put it in the B, and here one in the A, and again for the roughness you use the alpha, and for the normals we use the XSplit normals with XSplit normals, and this will give us a very very interesting thing that I will show you right now. So to show you that, let's take the normal from the grass and put it in here, and then the XSplit normals, and connect it here, and then connect the normals. And as you can see here, like the blending between the layers is way more, like the grass is now trying to grow from the gravel, and the gravel is covering more the sand, and the sand is integrated with the grass, so it will give it more realistic feeling, because it's not like in real life, it's not like a really hard separation between materials, it's kind of like a blendy way. And let's connect the roughness here before I forget it, and here in the alpha, and that is the roughness here. That is good and everything, but now we need to make this a landscape material, so let's call a node called landscape layer blend, and it doesn't have no input, but it only has one output, and this is useless unless we add an array of elements. And here we need four elements, that is 0 till 3. And the first one we shall call it generated, and the second one call it grass, third one should call it gravel, and the last one we should call it rocks. Okay, so this order, it's not really important. It's important for your more like an organization side more than a functional side. Okay, so what we should do now is take the base color from our generated material, that is this one here, okay, and just stick it into the generated layer, and then take the base color of each material and attach it to its respective side. And I know that the nodes now seem like impossible. This is why I didn't show you the node before we started, because if I showed you the node from the beginning, you'd be like, what? Anyway, now we duplicate this one here again twice, and we do the same one here for the roughness, and the same for the normals. And now you see nothing. Don't worry, we didn't break anything. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. So the roughness for the grass, the roughness for the gravel, and the roughness for the rocks, and then lastly the normals from the grass, the normals. Okay, the normal from the gravel, the normal from the grass, and normal from the rocks. Where is this coming from? So I connected the roughness twice. Yeah, see, this is why you check every node every time, because here you need to check that every node, every output of this node has like 2 outputs, no more and no less. Okay, 2 output, and that's it. Okay, now we save this one here, and we are done with this one here. Okay, now we go to the place just to select this one here, And for the landscape material, we select our master, and then we go for the landscape tab and paint. Okay, for now you see nothing, you see only blackness and darkness, because we need to assign, we need to create a layer info. So basically you press on the plus sign here, and then you choose the folder where to save the layer infos, and that's it. Well, that's all what we need to do. It will take a couple of minutes, maybe seconds, but it depends again on the specs of your computer. And let's hope it doesn't crash. Yay, it didn't crash. Now we do the same with the rest of the materials, the grass, the gravel, and the rocks. And here we need to create an instance of the master material. Let's call it just material instance, and we put it instead of our master material, just because of one thing, that here we can control like the aspects that we created, the variables that we created here. This is a much more scientific term. And if we go, why? Well, this is so green and I don't like it. So here we can control the amount of the gravel and of the rocks. So the lower the value, the more the gravel will be dominant and the other materials will be dominant. So as you can see here, this is like pretty much all gravel. So let's increase this one here again, like maybe like this. Yeah, maybe more. So you just keep playing around with these variables here until you get something that you like. And if you just like this and you just need the grass, for example, in a specific point, you just select, you go to the paint tab here and then select the grass material, and let's just increase our brush size and the strength a little, and then it will take a moment just to rebuild the materials. So back again, finally finish like compiling the shaders, but now you can see we can like paint over the gravel layer, our grass layer. And yeah, and let me remind you, for each material for the first time it would take like a while to compile the shaders for the specific material, just for once, and that's it. So yeah, don't make the mistake I made and make this like landscape so darn big. And yeah, so that's it. We basically created an auto-generated material. As you can see, some of the, let's like, I don't like this so much, so let me just modify it a little. So this is the grass bias and this is the grass sharpness. Here we go. And now if we increase this rock and increase it a little here, still not showing. Well, we can just imagine this like a grass gravel thing. And again, if you see these lines and sections and squares, basically you only need to build the lighting and that's it. And it will take some time to build the lighting. This is me in post because I forgot to say something most important. Very important. I can't even speak. So basically, if you go to the Sculpt tab here, you can see that we can sculpt all the terrain, and we will have the material auto-generated, like automatically. And this is why we did all this setup. So basically you can just come and sculpt, and everything the materials will be assigned automatically. And here you can see, if I go down, it will be more of the gravel, and the stone will start to show up. If I go up, yeah, you get the idea. I hope you like the tutorial. If if you have any questions or you need more detail about something specific, just leave it down in the comments. Subscribe and like to be notified more about upcoming videos. I usually upload every Thursday, but when something happens I upload the next day, so it's Friday. And yeah, so here you see, it's all lovely and dudley, the gravel and the grass. Yeah, well, thanks for watching and see you next time.